am, and that is right, for the 60th time. Let me say it. This is the Reigning Rock Podcast. I am the excellent one himself. I am Ricky Goldman, and I'm here never alone. And Ricky Goldman means never alone. Here with my tag team partner. You know who we are. We are. That is right. We are. That is right. We are Excellent Money, and here he is, the money man himself. Let me find that picture as always, because everybody has a price for this man. Pour that champagne, because he is the money man, Marcus.
Pour that champagne, drink that beer, take that shot. Ching, ching, bling, bling is always Ted over here, you jabron.
That is right, and as previously mentioned, this is the 60th episode, so I've made a 20-second video just to thank all you guys, as you all like and subscribe. Without you guys watching, the 60th episode would not be possible, so here you all are. So like I said, 20-second video, playing now. So yeah, big thank you to each and every one of you. 60 episodes. As you guys know, I work tirelessly for you, but let's get on with this episode number 60. So we'll kick it off with Marcus. How are you today?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Just a cool day. It's a cool spring day in Philadelphia. So that's great. It's 5:16 here, so good stuff. Well, actually 5:18, sorry. 5:18 here, so it's all good stuff.
It's meant to be spring here, but it's cold. Spring has begun, but it still feels like winter, so getting warm here, hopefully next month in April, the month of WrestleMania. That's just under 4 weeks away. Oh, it doesn't feel like that after it feels like 4 months away. The build for this year's Mania has been okay. So before we kick off with the first segment, how do you feel this year's build and road to WrestleMania is going?
Since I can't watch Raw, it feels like it's missing something. But maybe for me, it's just not watching Raw. I feel like the builds have been slow, and I agree with you. Like, it does feel like it's not around the corner. It feels like it's literally like next year already. Like, it feels like it's next year. Maybe because Raw's on Netflix. Maybe because I haven't watched Raw, but it don't feel like WrestleMania season.
They're only just starting to build the matches now. If you look on Wikipedia, we're 4 weeks away, and 6 matches are made
for 2 nights.
Ooh, so they're just going to throw on. I think they need. Was it last year they had 8 per night? So they're going to do the same again.
I'm sure they're going to try to format it similar.
Another 10 is just going to be thrown. Oh no, I think we know a couple of matches that are going to be put on, but I think a few are just going to be thrown together at the last minute. Anyway, so yes, let's kick off with the first segment as always, which is this right here.
What's cooking at the table?
Your best Ricardo Rodriguez impression. That was great. That was very good. But yes, I'll quickly kick this off. So going to the gym as always. I have made my own WrestleMania sign. So I will hang that up for the WrestleMania watch along. Not as good as the WWE one, but I've not got WWE's budget. And just made like a couple of pictures that all you have to do is add water and it's going to just come out themselves. So very easy to do, but yeah. So that's all I've done really. And more of the same next week, gym crafts. That's pretty much it. Obviously, we've been watching WWE, which we'll get into. But Marcus, what have you? I know what you've been up to. I'll promote your channel in a second. But what, other than doing reviews, what else have you been up to since last week?
Since last week, I've gotten the thumbs up to go to the gym again and skateboard. So I skateboarded a couple times this week. I've been to the gym twice this week, which is great. Just getting myself together. Let me see what else. What else is going on? Built a bookshelf today, which is upholding the X Division Championship behind me. Got some more things coming along. I got a couch coming along the way, so I can't wait to be sitting on that. Hopefully, not dozing off while we do the podcast because couches tend to be very comfortable. And I don't know, some more things up on the horizon.
Hopefully, not dozing off watching WWE. Well, WWE's been good, but.
Still, I don't want to doze off doing that either because, once again, couches tend to be real comfortable after a long day at work.
WWE's been good, but 3 hours is still a drag. Even though this last week and the week before, see, I think the crowd made it, but last week and the week before, this week, we're still in this week and the week before, flawed a lot more, but still 3 hours.
3 shows.
Hopefully it goes back to 2 hours as rumoured after Mania. I think it is a drag. Some weeks it isn't, some weeks it is.
Did you save the 3 hours for like a special occasion?
I would have played made the first one 3 hours and then the one before Mania 3 hours, and that's it. Not every week.
Not every week. Same thing for SmackDown. Not every SmackDown show needs 3 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would have done the first one 3 hours, the one before Mania 3 hours. Yeah, like I've said, 3 hours of SmackDown, it's Hall of Fame at least 2. So that's 5 hours. And then Stand and Deliver and everything else. Now they've got the Slammy Award. They've got the Slammy Awards back this year. So Slammy Awards, WrestleMania, and then which we'll get into when we go over NXT. But the roast of WrestleMania, how many hours is that in just one weekend?
Too long.
Which I'll watch and I'll watch it all. Hopefully the Slammies are on YouTube, so much easier to watch, and I will watch the roast. So I think it's after Mania, so I'll be watching it directly after Mania. Hell no. So I'll watch it on YouTube the day after. But it's interesting. We'll get into the roast of Mania, but it's interesting, I think. It gets people who are interested in roasts maybe into wrestling, but anyway. In the description, as always, and right there on your screens, Marcus's channel. He's getting slowly but surely up to that 60th subscriber mark. His latest video was all about sneakers, wasn't it?
Yeah, so there were some basketball sneakers that I've been wearing for quite a long time. Well, not a long time, but maybe about a year or so.
So yeah, that's good. So if you, for those that tuned in last week and watched, Marcus had some oral surgery, so couldn't eat and couldn't review food and drink. So I think it's good that he's doing different things, and he's got an intro out to go on or head over, see what you guys think about that. But here is a quick teaser video, and here it is. So that is right. Head over, like, subscribe to Marcus's channel. So the description in the below, it will be every single video. So you guys got no excuses, and it's right there. If you're a fan of food, drink reviews, sneaker reviews, and really anything in between, wrestling, head over right now, like and subscribe. Of course, after this, we want you to still be here watching this, but after we've finished, head over. But yes, and I'm sure there'll be a video coming next Saturday. When do you plan on doing your next video? Any plans?
You know, my filming schedule is very random, so it might be during the week. It could possibly be on Saturday. It all depends on what my periodontist says about my recovery, about my oral surgery. I might be able to eat something actually. So we'll see.
So yeah, just keep an eye out, guys, and you never know when that next video is coming. So yeah, keep an eye out. But as we roll along here, any comments yet or nothing? We've got one person watching. Should be the millions watching, not just one person, but there. But it is what it is. So I'll move right along to this quickly. So the red carpet's ready, and because it's time for so movie talk. As always, 3 movies, which were The Electric State. That's on Netflix. Good movie. Chris Pratt's in it. Yeah, decent. Speak No Evil with James McAvoy in. He always makes great movies. So that's a must watch. And I said last week I was going to watch it. Did watch it. Last Breath. So based on true events. Another good movie. And the next one I've got my eye on is, I think it's called Old Man or something. It's like a old guy. I think it's called Old Guy. It's like where it says it does what it says. It's an old guy coming back into like the 40s or something, or back into being a spy, and he has to work with a younger guy. But obviously, I'll know more once I've watched it. But that's my next movie I plan on watching. So yes. So have you been watching your sports, baseball, basketball, all of that?
So here's the thing. Number one, I did watch a movie this week. It's a movie I've seen already, but I still watched it. I watched the Batman. The Batman is the one that had the Riddler. You know, the one that was all about the Riddler, and where in which I mean the movie's old now, but where in which the Riddler had this vendetta against Bruce Wayne, and he thought he was going to work with the Batman and all that. So I've seen that. Once again, I love that movie. It's a great movie. And mind you, I'm not the biggest DC Comics guy, but I love that movie. And of course, it's March Madness, baby. March Madness has been madness has been great. The men's tournament, the women's tournament has been going off and without a hitch. Same kind of enthusiasm has year in and year out. It's great stuff to see.
Is the Batman movie the one with him out of Twilight? What's he called? Robert Pattinson, is it? I think that one.
I don't know. I don't particularly know the actors. I know he's like a skinny, scrawny looking dude.
That might be him then. I think if it's him, I think he played a good Batman. But for me, the best Batman is either Michael Keaton, you can't beat him, or Christian Bale. I think was it Christian Bale? I think he got right into the character, and Batman had a different voice, and Batman was more of a darker character, and whereas Michael Keaton and George Clooney and Val Kilmer just played the part, which we know, no offense. But
the thing is, I like Keaton, Kilmer. I like Keaton, Clooney, and Kilmer. Actually, maybe because I prefer the Batman movies of old. So when I watched this one, when I rewatched it again, it gave me more of a feel of like those throwback ones. I ain't really care for the Christian Bale ones.
Okay, fair enough. Clooney was okay. But that movie gets Batman and Robin gets a lot of hate. I can understand why.
I love that. Listen. My favorite Batman movie is Batman Forever, but I loved Batman and Robin.
Okay. The first one with the Penguin, is that Batman Begins? I think a classic movie.
I don't remember, but I also like that one as well.
Val Kilmer was okay as a Batman. But for me,
I enjoyed it. I could never get like no one can ever make me hate Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Those are like those came out during my favorite time. Like that was like my childhood movies right there.
That's fine. Everyone's got a different opinion, but it does get. But Batman and Robin gets a lot of hate, and out of the lineup, out of all the Batman movies ever, it isn't the best. It's it's okay. But for me, Michael Keaton or Christian Bale, Robert Pattinson, like I said, he's not bad, but yeah. So I'm going to play one ad, and then I have been to a wrestling show, actually brought up a few souvenirs from it. So I'll show those off in a second, but let me play ad number one. Right here in a second, and here you go. So that is right. Protein Teas Goldman's number one. As I always say, if you cannot purchase a t-shirt, it's fine. But I expect you to buy a t-shirt before WrestleMania. But if you can't, at least get the word spread out there. Get the name of Goldman Ones out there to everybody. But I have been to a wrestling show this weekend. Put up a couple of things. One is there. I'll show the second one in a minute, but let me play this first. So yes, Wrestling Days out with Ricky Goldman. So first of all, the things I brought on was just a spike, and I said to Marcus and before we went live, just doing that is not nice. That's not nice. So getting it stuck in your head along with others, no. And then this, the little tiny spikes, getting that stuck in your head. Ugh. No, thank you. But it was an extreme deathmatch hardcore wrestling that I enjoyed it. I would probably go to another one. It was in a city I've never been to. So here in the UK, it's called Sheffield. Never been there. So that was cool also. WWE has been there. I think they might be back there this year. I'm not so sure. But they've done NXT there as well. Some of it was seen to be believed. Just at the scene at the end with the glass covering the ring and blood and these spikes, and yeah, it was like seen to be believed. It was good, but also, like I said to Marcus beforehand, someone was getting the real life cutthroat Ridger cutting through their fingers and their arms and their head, and just like, if that's what they want to do, I'm not standing in their way. But yeah, they can't be on very much money to be doing that. So I'm not 100% against hardcore wrestling at all. I'm glad I went. I enjoyed it. We'll go to another one. I just prefer more of a storyline driven, whether that's WWE, AEW, or anything else. Indies that I go to do have storylines. I'm just more focused to that, really, rather than two guys on the ring trying to kill each other. But it is what it is. There's an audience for everything, and yeah, I can't say I was put off. I'm never going to go to another. It was a load of trash. It was a load of crap. Oh, it was awful. It wasn't. I enjoyed it. So I want a storyline to hook me in and pull me in, and that's all I'm saying. But let's get down to that people's ring, because the referee's waiting. Championship me on the line. Get that bell rang, and it's time for... That is right, Wrestling Roundup. I'm just going to go through AEW, the results, purely on the results, and get your thoughts on purely just the results, and then we'll go to the spot that everybody's talking about. Collision, I've checked, nothing interesting happened on it. So, last week you said I hate AEW. I'm not, well, I don't, because I wouldn't watch the pay-per-views, I wouldn't look at Dynamite or the Collision results. I would waste zero time on it if it was strictly be just WWE. But I think there's a lot to dislike about AEW, and a certain spot, definitely. But, so purely just the results, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Ricochet won a Fatal 4 match. I think they pinned each other against Mark Davis and Orange Cassidy. Both have now got a title shot against Kenny Omega at Dynasty. That is cool. Cool for Speedball, Mike Bailey. I think like this is his second week in the company, and he's already got a title shot on pay-per-view. Cool. Mercedes Moné over Billy Starks. I think that was for the title. John Moxley retains against Corp. Again, I'll get to the spot in a second here. Will Ospreay defeated AR Fox, and Megan Bayne knocks off Chris Statlander. Again, a jobber. So just purely based on results, anything to add there, or shall I just jump straight to the spots?
I'm actually surprised that Cope won despite the spot.
Oh no, he didn't win. Sorry, Moxley won.
Yeah, I'm surprised Moxley won despite the spot.
Here you go. So there's a couple of things here. When you'll notice what wasn't the main event, it was Megan Bayne versus Chris Statlander. No one cares about that.
Wait. The main event wasn't Mox versus Cope?
It was the main event, hour one. Makes it even worse. What happened?
Hold on. You telling me that wasn't even the main event? Wasn't that for the title?
Yeah.
All right, man.
It was for the title, and what happened, and that wasn't the main event. And they had to do a street fight match because people didn't like the finish at Revolution. And I guarantee people didn't like this either. But the main event was Megan Bayne, Chris Statlander, which nobody cares about.
Was that for a title?
No, I think one of them is going to face Tony Storm at Dynasty. Man,
that's dumb.
So Tony Storm, who got cut, but probably real glass because she needed staples. I would imagine it was real glass. Gets cut open, and she's back at the first Dynamite after Revolution. I think it was just on screen, but she was still there, and that's how she sells the injury. Sami Zayn, real or not, we don't know if his injuries are real. He might not be, but Sami Zayn still hasn't been seen since Elimination Chamber. So if the injuries aren't real, he's selling the injury, not back on the next Raw.
Well, who said that Tony Storm was injured?
Because you got staples in her head.
Staples in your head don't mean you're injured. That means you just got severely hurt and cut open.
Okay.
Injuries like a broken nose, a torn labrum, something sprained. She got cut with glass. That's not an injury. It's a wound, but it's not an injury.
Fair enough. So let's get to the spot the world is talking about. And you are, and in the Joe, when you said in the group, this will get eyes on the product. You're correct, but not in a good way. People aren't coming out and they're saying, look what well, they are. They're saying, look what Moxie did. Isn't he an idiot? They're not coming out and going, oh, that spot was good. So he took a bump on what looked like unsterilized nails, so probably dirty nails. So he probably got some sort of infection, and he went into his back. Could have gone into his spine quite easily, and he won't come out of his body. So who agrees to this? Moxley, the idiot for agreeing to doing that spot.
More than likely, it was him. It was Mox who agreed.
Edge is an idiot for agreeing to do that, and Tony Khan an even bigger idiot for saying, yeah, go ahead. Just imagine, and this is a wild scenario, but let's say Jacob Fatu is known for the big spots and nothing keeps him down. But again, wild scenario, Jacob Fatu going to Triple H and saying, can I be suplexed into a bed of spikes? Triple H would have left him back in the building, fire him and say, get the hell out. But Fatu would never do that because he has respect for, well, not that he's hardcore, but he has respect for Triple H. Tony Khan's a joke and goes, yeah, go ahead. If you paralyze yourself in the process. What is Renee thinking about this? Moxley's got a daughter and a wife. Again, this wasn't the main event. Why didn't AEW make something that wrestling isn't? We all know what it isn't, and it's not real. I'm not saying it's fake, because what they do in the ring is not fake. Injuries happen all the time. But why didn't, once that spike got took out, when Edge was spearing 1, 2, 3? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't Edge win this? And who wants to see this? Who is watching a wrestling product and going, I know what I want. Someone to have spikes in the back of the nail spikes, whatever, in their back, and they don't come out. Who's the audience for that? Some sick, demented, I don't know, psycho that wants to see that and actually enjoys it and thinks, oh, this is good. So yes, it gets people talking, but no one's saying, oh, you know what Moxley did? Oh, that was a good spot. It was crazy. So in a way, thank you, AEW exists to do some crazy things that I thought I'd never see. But this is not this is not building the company. It's not. It is building, bringing people in, but people that hate AEW have stopped watching. That's why they've stopped watching and think, thank God we've stopped watching.
They didn't stop watching because of that. They stopped watching because the booking is weird. Statlander versus whoever she faced should not have been the main event. That should have been a semi-main, sure. That spot is a main event spot, right? Like that spot with Spike and being suplexed on the Spike, that's a main event spot. That's not just something you do. I mean, luckily it wasn't in the middle of the card either, right? Or the beginning of the card, but as a semi-main, nah, you don't do that as a semi-main event match for the championship. That's just not, no, that needs to be main evented for a championship. I do agree with what you're saying, like, Mox should never have agreed to it. I'm surprised Cope agreed to it as the veteran. He should have said, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. And Khan should never thumbed up it because you should always think about the worst possible scenario. And I get it. I totally get it because we've seen things in GCW that go down that shouldn't go down, right? We've seen things in WWE that probably go down that we shouldn't see go down. But that going down, non-main event, with the players that's involved in the sequence and the calling of that, there was a lot of people that failed each other on that, right? Mox failed himself, Cope failed Mox, TK failed Mox. Like pretty much all this falls back on Mox because he took the spot, and yeah, you're also right that, like, I mean, yes, it gets the people talking, right? And I'm usually not one to bash AEW, but this is one of those moments I have to, because the spot got people talking. And it's going to bring viewers to see what's the results of Spike being in his bag, how long is he gone, what other crazy things AEW got planned. But at the same time, and on TV? Nah, hell nah. Hell no. Not on TV. That's pay-per-view stuff. Like, that's something that someone should be paying for. Not, hey, free TV. They're WCW all over again.
So a few things there. It was the middle of the card. It was your main event of the first hour. You're correct. One of the many reviews on this spot I've watched, one of the people said they should have been, if they needed to do it, should have been on pay-per-view, not on free TV. And of course, I watched Jim Cornette's review about this, but he said not only are they running off the fans, but they are slowly but surely running off TBS or whatever channel station they're on. I don't know what they are on over there.
TNT.
So I don't watch to know, but whatever station they're on, they are slowly but surely running those off, because, and they said, someone else, the same person that said they should be on pay-per-view, said it also drags down everything else. That okay, Netflix. Okay, Raw's on Netflix. So just imagine if Raw was bad. Raw's not great. Ugh, you know what I mean? If Raw did something as crazy as this, it drags down Netflix. People are going to be like, ugh, what's this crap? Again, a very wild scenario, because WWE would never do this. Never. Ever. And we've seen nothing like it in WWE, not even close. So it's really hard to kind of imagine, but if they did, if Penta was crazy enough to come out and want to be nails in his back, it starts dragging down Netflix. People are like, this is on Netflix, the world's biggest streaming site.
Yeah. I think that's the other thing too. WWE is a publicly traded company. It has investors. The worst that WWE probably will ever use is probably like barbed wire, right? Like, Mick Foley, the king of hardcore, damn near has used 2x4s wrapped around in barbed wire. We've seen bats wrapped around in barbed wire. We've seen 2x4s on fire wrapped around in barbed wire, but they weren't used to this kind of extent. Like, this is almost like, how, I don't know, well, maybe you do. You should remember. Remember when Abyss had that thing?
Janice. Called Janice.
Janice, yes. Remember Janice and how brutal Janice looked? It looked like Spike. If anything, that's Spike's mom. Spike's mom is Janice, right? But he never used it like that. Every time Abyss used Janice, he failed. Or it was like a backstage segment in which we didn't see what happened to the wrestler when he used Janice, like when it happened to RVD, right? But still, we didn't see Janice like actually inflict real damage. This was just gory. That's what this was.
And going back to Mick Foley, Maven. I think it was Maven. If you haven't watched Maven's YouTube channel, go and watch it. Great. He reveals a lot of stuff he shouldn't be revealing, but it's good to learn the backstage stuff and how when he was Raw GM, how that worked and all of that. Anyway, one of the people said one of the videos he's done, what weapons are real and what are fake, and he said, well, with barbed wire, it's sometimes plastic, so not even real, but when it is real, they cut down the barbs and bend them so there's zero damage. So when someone's really getting hit, they're pretty safe. AEW wouldn't do that. They would actually leave the barbs on, and yeah.
The lunatics run the asylum. They don't have rules about stuff, and you can tell. And this is why, in a way, AEW is ran like an indie, but is bigger than it. It's a bigger indie. That's what it is, because there's no real rules to AEW.
And this is the world champion taking a very dangerous bump. Again, let's set the scene, wild scenario. Let's admit, and Gunther's known for doing the indies and probably done quite a few dangerous spots on the, nothing near like this, but he might have done a few dangerous spots on the indies. Again, imagine Gunther coming out and saying, I want spikes in my back. He's never going to do. So again, we can't imagine it. But if he did, or Cody again, you know, so he's known for the hardcore stuff. Again, it's like him coming out and saying, can I get spikes in my back today, Triple H, please? No. Anyway, let's move on to Raw. And for those that think I hate AEW, well, I didn't really like the Cena promo, but we'll get to that. So the very first Raw in Belgium, boy, they were loud. Corey Graves on commentary, Pat McAfee not there. So cool to see Corey Graves on Raw again. As of this writing, 36 days to WrestleMania. So here comes John Cena. The crowd were great. You couldn't hear his theme music. They were that loud. Look, people are saying this was great. It was a starting point. It was a starting block, and that was it. That was it. No mention of The Rock whatsoever. The Rock wasn't even... The Rock is that busy. He can't film a 2-minute promo to put on the Tron. No mention of why Cena turned on Cody. Cena said the fans hate him. No, they don't. They've loved him for the past 5-6 years. He's been part-time for a while. Every time he's turned up, he's been loved. Some of the stuff he said, like going after the kids and saying the invisible Cena, you can't see me, that was cool. Him saying, I'm not a babyface, I'm not a heel. To hear him say that was cool. But again, this was a starting block. So here comes Cody. I mean, see, the man that beat him up and left him in a pool of blood at the Elimination Chamber. Cody let Cena speak for 15 minutes, does a his full entrance, and the only thing he says is, "You're a whiny bitch." If I'm Cody Rhodes, I'm waiting in the parking lot with a baseball bat for as soon as Cena turns up. I'll smash his car up. He runs away, and then Cena then comes out halfway through the show, and then they do the promo. They don't kick off with it, and see, Cody doesn't do a full entrance and says, "You whiny bitch." So as I said, a starting block. If they do this again tomorrow, because it's Cena, Cody again on Raw tomorrow, and they do this in London, the heel turn was done so well. This was no, not at all. Again, it was okay. Some of the stuff he said was why he said that, but anyway, your thoughts on it? You know, we got any thoughts about the Cena Cody promos?
I loved it. I loved how he was just like, y'all the reason why this has happened. Y'all the reason. This is the reason why this has happened is y'all. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of pretending. I'm just tired. It gave off a realistic feel of like, yo, he's burnt out. He gave us all that he got, and for some reason, it's still not good enough. And it felt so realistic to some people's lives that some people give so much to something that they love, and the people behind it don't seem like they care or love it enough. And it's like, you know what? I gave you all I got, and I'm just now it's my time to turn my backs on you guys. He don't need to mention The Rock. He doesn't need to mention, like, Cody wasn't trying to get it out of him anyway. Cody just came out there and ran Cena then, like, he's pretty much focused on the match. Cody was like, listen, the man that I'm seeing right here, he better not bring this. You better not bring this to WrestleMania, because this whiny little bitch right here, he's not going to get the job done. That's what he's saying, right? And I get what you're saying, but that's not what a babyface does. A babyface doesn't do that. A babyface comes out, confronts what happened, in the way that they did it versus him attacking him. That would be something more that what Cena would do if Cody was talking trash about him, type of thing. And I get it. like I said, I love the Cena promo. It was the first promo we seen. The fact that he targeted the kids, the fact that he's like, look at y'all. This is a toxic relationship. Like, I'm breaking up with y'all. Like, I'm done pleasing you guys. And it was such a breath of fresh air there, seeing Cena cut like a human promo.
Okay, maybe not attacked Cena or his car with a baseball bat, but I certainly only let him speak for 15 minutes to my full promo. I said, you're a whiny bitch. I've just been beaten up a couple of weeks ago, actually legit injured, burst eardrum. He could have missed Mania. That's what Stevie Richards, I think he's got a YouTube channel, Stevie Richards, saying, having a burst eardrum is not nice at all. You got vertigo, dizziness, you got deaf for a little bit. Could have missed Mania after the title took away from him. Luckily, that's not happened. But if I'm legit injured, okay, it wasn't. Whose fault is it? Travis Scott isn't a wrestler. Maybe you shouldn't have hit him that hard. But facts are facts. Cody really got injured because of Cena. I wanted to kill Cena, not, oh, you're a whiny bitch. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared now. So I hope they rank it up tomorrow and in London to just do more of the same. Then
I thought that was in Scotland.
Tomorrow's in Scotland, London the week after.
Okay.
And my fear is they're doing this just to put Cody over at Mania, so Cody looks like a Superman, and then Cena's going to turn face back again, which I hope not. I think I'm not going to give my predictions away here, but we'll see. I think Punk should win the title at SummerSlam off one of these guys, and one of them isn't Cody. There we go. Anyway, let's move on. Penta, El Zero Medo defeated Ludwig Kaiser in a no-holds-barred match. This was good. Storytelling. Ludwig saying to Penta, do you feel me? Like choking him in the corner with a chair, saying, do you feel me now? Show me feel, respect me. Yeah, this was a nice, decent opening match. Then Penta cut a promo saying he wants an IC title shot. Okay. So I'll get your thoughts on that. And then the next one, the Dakota Kai over Ivy Nile. Okay. Yeah. That's my thoughts of that. What are your thoughts on Dakota winning and Penta beating Ludwig Kaiser?
I think now I don't need to get some wins. I don't feel like Dakota Kai being Ivy Nile. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I did see a little bit of the Penta and Ludwig Kaiser match on Instagram. Pretty good match for what I saw. Obviously, Penta's going after some piece of gold, right? Gotta happen.
Yeah, he's got a title shot tomorrow on Raw. So I sense a multi-man match happening at Mania, which I think we both called. I think the tag titles are going to be multi-man as well. So I think you're going to have a couple of multi-man matches at Mania. Adam Pearce in the ring, contract signing. Bianca Belair, Io Sky signed the contract. Rhea comes out, she signs a contract. I think we're getting the Triple Threat at Mania. Cool. Again, Io felt like the afterthought, which isn't good. She only won the title a couple of weeks ago. That's why I'd have her win at Mania, because I won't have her lose again. She lost last year, so there we go. Jey Uso ran through Austin Theory like that. I think it was like a 10-second match. And he had Gunther attack Jey. Jey kind of fends him off, but this for me does not build the match at all. And then tomorrow night you've got Jey and a tag team partner. Some people are saying it's Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's over here. He was just at a convention this past weekend, so it could be him. Maybe. But yeah, it's going to be Jey and a tag team partner versus A-Town Down Under. So Jay's just beat both of them in singles action. Why do I now think that A-Town Down Under are going to beat Jay and whoever his tag team partner is? And that's how they're building this match. Anyway, thoughts on the contract signing and Jey Uso over Austin Theory?
I mean, the contract signing, it was what it was. I mean, like I said, I didn't see it. I'm glad that we're going to get our. I feel like we're going to get our triple threat match. I do hope Io wins because she needs to be respected, not the way that Obviously, right now it's like, oh, she's a forgotten part of this equation, but no, she needs to be respected. I did not like her WWE Women's title run last year. I thought it was very bland. It was very blah. Io Sky's not a heel type of person. I feel like this run right here, way more fitting, way better. Underestimate, she's obviously the smaller woman in this equation, but don't underestimate her kind of thing. So I like it. That, of course, I'd be sad if I couldn't see Joe Hendry because, I believe. I don't think it's going to be Joe Hendry. I think it's going to be someone else. But that'd be damn cool if Yee plus believing came together. That'd be insane. I think Glasgow would literally lose their shit if that happened.
Like I said, he's over here. Very well could be him.
Yeah, but
Jimmy, but yeah.
As you said, if this is the way that they're building Gunther versus Jay, this is weak.
Doesn't excite me for Jay versus Gunther. But as we were saying, no, we've already said it, haven't we, at the beginning? Yeah, Mania doesn't feel like the road to WrestleMania. Feels like Mania is next year, and they're building to that slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. So Avinal lost. So did the Creed brothers. What is up with the American Made losing all the damn time? At least Ray got the win. But
they don't have they don't have Chad Gable.
Yeah, well, they do. Well, they do. We all know the guy in the mask is Chad Gable, even though they're trying to pretend it isn't. And some of the people are saying Ray Phoenix, but I don't think it's him. I think he's going to SmackDown. His promos are only, or the teasers are only on SmackDown, so I think that's where he's going, along with Aleister Black. So they're going to separate Ray and Penta, which isn't a bad idea. So thank God he's not going to be in Judgment Day or whatever, or not Judgment Day, American Made, and no, that wouldn't have worked. And then your main event, Braun Breaker returns against Finn Balor. Good match. Penta, Braun Breaker face off. So obviously the match isn't happening at Mania, but I do think Penta wins at Mania. I think you had Ludwig and Pete Dunne, one of those who get pinned to protect Braun. The Cena promo was good. My rating for Raw, it was decent. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was in between. Mid-card, I'll say. So your thoughts on Ray and Dragon Lee over the Creed brothers and Braun Breaker returning against Finn Balor?
I mean, it's good to see that the Luchadors are getting the W. It's been some time. Been quite a while since Ray has gotten a win on TV. Same thing for Dragon Lee. And I mean, yeah, Braun Breaker retaining the face off with Penta and damn, what the fuck is this guy's name?
Oh.
Breaker.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, I haven't watched Raw in a while, so yeah, this was a mid-card show. The best thing about it was the John Cena promo.
And you enjoyed it, that's fine. But for me, it was like, he turned heel at Chamber, and then there was your Raw promo. It's just like, oh. Okay. Do you think we get I know Cena said we're not getting a new look, but do you think we get a new look and a new theme song at Mania?
I think we do. I think we get a new theme at Mania. We get a different look. Pull out the big surprise for Mania. Don't have him wrestle a match. Don't have him wrestle a match until WrestleMania.
I really can't see that. I mean, I think he's on Raw the next 2 Raws, and that's it until Mania. Ugh. So then it's left up to Cody to sell this storyline. Okay. Yep. And as another thing, he takes out the Miz and says, I want to talk to Cena. And like I said, then allow Cena to talk for 15 minutes. Just, whatever. So NXT, Chelsea Green, Sol Ruco for the Women's US Championship. So like I said, anything can happen on NXT. You saw the Women's US Championship defended. Sol Ruco didn't look bad in defeat. Of course, Chelsea Green retaining. And I think Alba Fire really fits now. I think she's been a quick fit into what's he called, the Green Regime. She's calling it, so cool name. Stephanie Vakir came out, talking about a championship win last week. Jordan Grace interrupted. Then Jada Parker takes out Grace, and you're getting Jada Parker. Stephanie Vakir next week, double title match, and I think Vakir is going to lose one of those, and I think she loses back to Fallon Henley. I think this is a 2-week thing only. That's just my opinion. But I think he retains against Jada, loses to Fallon Henley. Fatal Influence are going to obviously the numbers thing, and she wins the title back. But your thoughts on Chelsea Green retaining and the Stephanie Vakir, Jordan Grace, Jada Parker segment?
I couldn't imagine Chelsea Green losing to someone that's on NXT. That would just be too weird. And not like, all right, like she lost to Jordan Grace. Like, that's different. Well, no, she lost in tag action to Sol Ruca and Zarvia. So that's different than her losing her singles title to Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca is not ready for that spot. Sol Ruca is in NXT. Chelsea Green is not. Okay, makes a lot of sense. Shout out to Alba Fire for fitting in to this thing. I told you on last week's show, this is going to feel a lot like JBL's cabinet, and I already love how this looks. It looks great. It's just funny because Chelsea Green is Canadian. Ha, ha, ha. Yo, that women's promo battle thing looked dope. Of course, Jordan Grace came out, ready to make her statement. Boom. Jada Parker was like, excuse me, bitch. Move out the way. I've been here longer than you, so please move. Challenge Stephanie Vakir right to her face, because Stephanie Vakir said, I would like to see someone challenge me to my face. And I mean, yeah, she's pulling double duty next week. She's facing off against Jada Parker, and she's facing off against one of those girls in that group that I don't fucking know who looks like who. But yeah, she's pulling double duty, and I want her to lose one of those titles because it just don't look. I mean, listen, NXT only has 2 women's titles and they're held by one person. Hell no. Come on, y'all know. Let's get some variety here.
And I think we see Stephanie Vakir, Julia, Jordan Grace, stand and deliver is probably where we'll do it. They not got a special beforehand, so yeah, do it there. And then probably have Julia lose, and then up to the main roster she comes, I think. In tag team action, Josh Briggs and Yoshiki Inamura over Hank and Tank, Hank Walker, Tank Ledger. Good match. Hang and Tag have really stepped up. I was going to say it doesn't earn him a title shot because the Hardys want that title shot to stand and deliver. So this does nothing for anybody, but okay. The Culling, so Charles Spears' new faction went over the family. You saw they're now. Well, I'll get to the faction now called Dark State. So I'll get to those in a second. The main event, but they, for some reason, attacked Tony D'Angelo. Okay. Again, the who are they? We're also know the name now, but apart from that, So anything to add about Josh Briggs and Yoshiki winning and the Culling over the family?
I mean, I like Josh Briggs and Yoshiki. They're a good tag team. I mean, Hank and Tank just aren't there yet. Like they're just a junior version of Heavy Machinery. That's what they remind me of. As far as Sean Spears' group, the Calling, that's what you call them. That's what they're called. The what?
The Culling, like being cold. So they're a fact, like they're
the Calling.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You know, them going over the family, and I mean Darkseid attacking Tony D'Angelo and them. That makes sense too.
Okay. In more women's action, one of the Who's, JC Jane over Carmen Petrovic. Okay, really nothing to add here, but the story came after the match. If you saw the Jada Parker interview in the background, Carmen dumping a chance of the Adonis. So later, she's got a storyline going forward. Suppose let's see how that develops. Ricky Saints over Ridge Holland. Couldn't pick him up for Rochambeau, but Ridge Holland's a big guy, so yeah. And again, it's only Ricky Saints' second match, and he's still got that star attraction feel. Is that what does he do this? I can't fully remember, but whatever he does, it's in time with the music and in time with the lights, and I think that really, really works. But yeah, anything to add about JC Jane over Carmen and Ricky Saints over Ridge Holland?
You know, every time I see them in the ring, fatal attraction, influence.
Fatal influence, yeah.
See, I don't even know the name of the group. I still get lost on who's who a little bit. Maybe there's a level of just I just don't care, but I don't know who's who. I thought Carmen had the more of the momentum on her side, so you know her man sat back as she got beat up again. So you know that's messed up. Sure, whatever for that. And what was the other thing you mentioned? What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I mean yeah, cool for Saints. To me, he's actually losing some more of his star power. Maybe because I'm just seeing him as he's starting to become a regular ass dude to me. He's not. Yeah. Like, it's not like he's building towards becoming North American champion or nothing. He just, you know, he's around. He still feels like an outsider coming in, right? And I get it. Like, it's on his second match, his, third or fourth time showing up on NXT TV. But it still feels like, it's like, all right, yeah, star power is up, but it's starting to lower, obviously, because, you know, he's there what is he building towards? That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, I've got the same feeling. He still feels like but he still feels like a big deal. But it's also at the same time he's just another guy on the roster. It's like ugh. I don't really know how to feel about him. Like, is he a big name? Well, he's not a big name because Starks isn't a name at all. But
you know what it is? It's music, right? Sometimes your song really works. His song works for the gimmick, but it's not appealing to the crowd, right? Like, it's cool to see the graphic and the little, and some of the other little things that happen before his entrance, before he comes out. That's cool, but it doesn't grab the crowd, right? Like, Obafemi's song grabs the crowd, right? They can somewhat sing him in. Trick Williams' song grabs you in, right? These are things that grab you in. I'm trying to think of a woman that had Jordan Grace's song grabs her in, grabs the crowd in, right? So for someone like Ricky, if you're going to have that level of star power, you gotta have something that brings people in. I mean, the pose, once again, these are small things I'm talking about, but soon he's going to get not lost, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what is he going towards? What's his goal? Because he looks like an NXT lifer at this point if he don't start having a direction.
And who is the men's North American champion? Oh, it's for Sean Spears, of course. So maybe it goes for that. Maybe that's a match for Stand and Deliver. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
And in your main event, in an underground match, Oh no, okay, no. So yes, we discussed it earlier. So there'll be the roast of WrestleMania. Cool. I'll watch it. Like I've said, I won't be directly after because I think it's on right after Mania. I won't be watching it then. I'll watch it the next day. But yeah, cool. I've seen roasts in the past, so again, it pulls in fans of roasts. It pulls those in, and it'd be interesting to see. But at the same time, way too much content. Way just like I said, 3 hour SmackDown, 2 hour Hall of Fame, Stand and Deliver, the Mania, Slammies, Mania, roast of Mania. I say it's just one weekend. But your thoughts on the roast of WrestleMania? Are you looking forward to it? Will you be watching it?
No, it is dumb. This is just any fucking thing. This actually pisses me off. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, and it's pissing me off because what the fuck? No, WrestleMania week wrestling like for like viewership wise is already too fucking long. You want to make it longer? Yo, come on, man.
So you feel they're just trying to like hang on to anything that's popular? Okay, we'll do that.
Ricky, this is anything. This is anything. This is whatever. This is whatever. This is not. It's not nothing.
It's whatever's popular. Let's focus on that. And yeah, because for some reason we have tied their name to bull riding. And it's up on their YouTube channel, bull riding. Nothing to do with wrestling, but I suppose it's one of those things. It's popular. Let's sign our name onto it. And I've watched about 5 minutes of it, and there's no mention of WWE. It's like, okay. They don't even promote it. The people, these bull riding people, don't even promote WWE. So what's the point? Anyway. Your main event in a quick underground match, Eddie Thorpe lost to Trick Williams. I hope this isn't the end of the push of Eddie Thorpe. I hope he continues to be pushed. Obviously, this is, then we had Obafemi come out, get RKO'd, or what it's called, the cutter, whatever Javon Evans is calling his move. The springboard cutter, isn't it? RKO on Oba. Rating, I'll say just below mid-card. So your thoughts on the main event, rating, and did you notice anything about when Dark State came out, and what did they not do? So yeah, your thoughts on all three.
Trick. So wait, you went the Trick facing the. Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Trick being Eddie Thorpe. Thank you. God, Eddie Thorpe just that's another dude I just can't stand. I don't understand him. He's just Corey Jade, but male version. Oba coming out, because Trick Williams called him out, told him to bring his bitch ass out. So yeah, that was cool. Javon with the out of nowhere cutter, that was hilarious. To me, because I laugh when Randy Orton hits RKO out of nowhere because his expressions when he do it is funny. So when Javon's hitting the cutter, the first thing I thought was, there's no way that's his finisher now, because come on, man. Be original, find your own. I mean, Randy not original either because he stole that from Diamond Dallas Page, but the RKO is different from the Diamond cutter. And Javon's is different because it's a springboard, but that can also just be, Cody does that as a signature move. So once again, okay, Javon. All right, Javon, whatever works, right? And it's kind of funny because, Trick pushed Javon. It is a big mess. And I saw Dark Side. They was just looking because they feel like they're the reason why this chaos is happening, right? And Ava has zero control, whatever it is. So.
But who didn't they attack?
They didn't attack none of those guys.
No. They've attacked Oba in the past. They've attacked Javon in the past, but they didn't attack Trick Williams, who people are saying is a leader. That's why they didn't attack him. They've attacked the other two. Why didn't they attack him as well? Because he's going to turn out to be the leader. Because they need direction. Because right now it's like, why are they attacking people? We know the name, but I'm still like, and.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
It's going to be revealed he's the leader. And that, even though I think after it, Standard Living should go up to the main roster, I think they're going to keep him around and he's going to be made the leader to give them direction.
That could be. I think that would be cool. My rating, though, like you said, though, upper mid card. It's definitely an upper mid card type of show. I feel like NXT at this moment in time can't miss. It's either upper mid card or it's main event. They haven't been letting me down for quite a while. For the past couple of months, they've been on fire.
Apart from Dark State, who again, we know the name, but why are they attacking people?
Yeah, what's their motivation?
It's going to be that Trick wants to get back to the title, and he feels he needs to take everybody out, and
he's doing whatever it takes.
The crowd love him. Do you think that affects? Well, for the crowd love him. Do you think that affects that, or no?
Oh, absolutely. The crowd would definitely be like, because it's not the same with that. Because once again, you got to change your song. If you're going to become a heel, that's not a song that you can keep. You got to keep it. You got to change to a song that people are going to not like for a minute.
Because earlier on, you saw Javon confront Trick, and Trick said, "You're never going to be you're not going to be championship material ever." A very heel thing to say. And then you saw the face-off between Javon and Trick at the end.
Yeah.
Again, Dark State didn't attack. Why didn't they attack all three? Because one of those is the leader. Unless Javon Evans is the leader and they just took him out just then to throw you off the scent. Maybe. I don't know.
We just got to keep watching.
Speed. Dragon Lee retains against Ivor. I'll say jobber for that. Evolve. So quickly. Brinley Reese over Mason Holiday. Mason Holiday's an okay jobber. Heel. Like we said a couple of weeks ago, Triple H, Shawn Michaels are giving everybody something to do. Same with Evolve. If they can't be used on NXT, at least use them on this. Gallows over Sam Holloway and Jordan Oasis. And I also like how everyone seems to have a character and there's a reason to watch everyone. So I like that as well. Chantel Monroe, good heel. She went over Layla Diggs. Peter Rosenberg interviewed Kylie Ray. So you're going to do something with her and Wendy Cho. So that's cool. Kelly Armstrong, like I said a couple of weeks ago, she's something to watch. She ran through Hayes Jameson. Sounds like a porn star, but there you are. Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont. So Wesley's boys, they squashed Tate Wilder and Draco Knox and Luca Crutofino over Javier Bernal. I'm enjoying Evolve. It's very, very indie, and it's just people off the indies with NXT names thrown in. So I'll say just below main event, I'm going to say. So Evolve are doing exactly what AEW is doing, but they're doing more in 1 hour. You got 6 matches there and an interview segment in 1 hour. AEW has 2 hours and still can't get it right. Evolve and AEW are the same. Most of the names I've never heard of, so anyway, let's move into Smacky D's, the first ever one in Italy, and boy, they were loud. As of this writing, 29 days to WrestleMania, Randy Orton came on out. They loved him. You couldn't hear his theme when they were singing him to the, not just singing him, but serenading him to the ring. Especially minutes ago, I hear voices. Your voices in my head, they can't really understand. They talk to me that bit when they want to do that bit. Yeah, they love him. They love Randy Orton. Out comes Kevin Owens later on in the program. It got made official. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Cool. It's had quite a decent build, and it'll be a good match. But Does Randy Orton, Kevin Owens to WrestleMania? Not to me, it doesn't. I could be Randy Orton, Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Okay. First match of the night: Damian Priest, Jimmy Uso over Shinsuke Nakamura and Drew McIntyre. Then Drew blindsides Priest again. What's that? They're going to have a match again. They've got quite a decent story. So this has been going on since last year when Priest cashed in on Drew. So I like that. But again, I'm not like Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest at WrestleMania. Oh my God, can't believe that match is happening. Like, if this was your main event on the SmackDown before Mania, I think nothing of it. But your thoughts on the Randy Orton, Kevin Owens segment and Priest and Uso over Nakamura and Drew?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Orton Owens promo and then Priest and Uso over Nakamura and Drew.
Oh, I love the Orton Kevin Owens promo. I'm actually pretty stoked for that match at WrestleMania. I think their feud is so strong. They got the strongest feud going into Mania right now. To be honest with you, they have the strongest feud because every other feud is kind of ass. That includes the Rhodes Cena one too. Like it's not being built. It's not built enough yet. This one has been building for quite some time. You know, you pick Cody Rhodes over me, you are just alike. We might as well go after the tag team titles. Randy being like, no. So yeah. And then what was the match?
Damian Priest, Jimmy Uso defeat Shinsuke Nakamura and Drew McIntyre.
Okay, I did watch some of that. Pretty alright match. You know, good match. Not the best, but you know, it's a good match.
Are you excited for Drew Priest at Mania?
Yeah, I actually, yeah, I like that.
I do too, but I'm not like, oh, that match. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not like, yay, I get to see that at Mania. It's more like, all right.
Like, will it be good? Yes. Do they have a story? Yes. But if there's again, like I said, main evented that SmackDown before Mania, I don't think, why is this happening here and not at Mania? Well, maybe I would, that close to Mania, but whatever. Jota Satori interviewed Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte on the Tron. This was just to hype up their match. This was okay. Braun Strowman defeats Jacob Fatu by DQ. So now they're going back to what it could be Jacob versus Solo at Mania. That's what they're teasing that again. Again, Jacob Fatu, Solo, Sequoia at Mania. I don't care. Will it be a good match? Yes. Can Jacob Fatu put on a good match? Yes. Has he got a story? Yes. But I'm not like, oh, Jacob Fatu Solo at WrestleMania? Hey. Yeah.
It's
And is the bloodline again. Just how many years has the bloodline been going now? Since 2020, 5 years on and off. The bloodline has been had a story for 5 years. So, your thoughts on the interview, Charlotte and Tiffany and Strowman over Fatu by DQ?
So I feel like, so for me, I like the Fatu versus Sokoa match at Mania. It's one of those things, and this is what I find kind of funny about you not liking it. You say you like the sports you like, you know, you prefer like sports entertainment, like wrestling stuff, a storyline, but like, how can you not like this? This has a build.
But he's not Jacob Fatu Solo Sequoia at WrestleMania. Like I've said, if you're doing 8 matches, at least 4 have got to be huge. So the 2 world title matches on both sides, men and women. Okay, it's a decent match for Mania, but
Okay. And I mean Charlotte and Tiffany, whatever.
See, and I did say Charlotte winning, and I think actually, yeah, Tiffany's gonna. Charlotte really kind of, it felt like she bullied her here, just not letting Tiffany speak at all, and saying I was your icon, and you looked up to me, and it's like Charlotte just burying Tiffany in a promo. Like, okay. Piper Niven over Zelina Vega. I said this every single time, but Piper Niven improves each and every time in the ring. This play went a little too long for this match. I think it was a good 10-15 minutes, but like, okay. So Zelina Vega, Chelsea at Mania, maybe. Liv Morgan over Jade Cargill. Obviously, that makes sense there. Again, this play went a little bit too long, but the story came after the match. Naomi beating down Jade. That will be good at Mania. That's good a story. Is that WrestleMania sized? Yeah, it is. Jade Cargill, Naomi should be good. But yes, your thoughts on Piper over Zelina and Liv defeating Jade Cargill?
So Piper Niven over Zelina Vega? I like that. I like that. Finally, Piper Niven getting some love. And
Liv over Jade, and then Naomi beating down Jade.
I know. Yeah, I mean with Naomi interfering, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And of course, Naomi gotta get her licks in too, because right now they're feuding because she attacked Jade, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah.
And I wonder who Liv, because there's no direction for them, but Liv and Raquel, surely those titles are defended at Mania. There's no one on the SmackDown side of things. Unless you bring someone up for NXT, maybe, but that's way too early. You can bring up like the Metaphor girls, but that's really thrown together. And then on Raw, there's nobody that's eyeing up the women's tag team titles. So they're not going to have them defended? Ugh, whatever.
Yeah, the women's tag division is very like meh.
And the women's IC division, now they could do. Okay. They could do Lyra and Dakota teaming up to take on Liv and Raquel, because Raquel's facing Lyra tomorrow, which I presume Lyra will win. So I bet that's the match to go with. Like, really thrown together. Because no one that can't see anybody going for the women's IC title, unless they just. Oh no, Ivy. Then Ivy lost. So, what a mess of a title picture. Speaking of champions with brand new music and Tron, I like the Tron. I'm not 100% keen on the music. Maybe I'll have to grow on me, but I like the new Tron for the Street Profits. Out comes Santos Escobar, then Pretty Deadly. Later on match, Street Profits over Los Garza. Again, I still think we're getting a multi-man match at Mania. Los Garza, Pretty Deadly, DIY, and Street Profits. Probably a ladder match. But yes, your thoughts on the segment, Profits, Escobar, and DIY, and then Profits over Los Garza?
I mean, I'm hoping that they have a, obviously, me and you said this ladder match, WrestleMania, and I mean, it makes sense for them to carry the belt into Mania. Let's hope, by beating Los Garza. So.
Yeah, I'd love Deadly to win at Mania, but I think Profits keep him. And then to close out SmackDown, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, here he comes. Seth Rollins comes to the ring. CM Punk comes to the ring. Brawl. They point to the sign. You're getting that triple threat at Mania. Said it before, I said it again. Probably main event for night one. I know you said Jay Gunther. To me, that's not main event material. Unless they go with that, just to have the main event name. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if that triple threat isn't your main event for night one. Yeah, cool. I liked the bit that Punk said to Reigns, thank you to your wise man for serving you on a silver platter, and Reigns looked around like, what? Is that what you've done? Blindsides Punk, and then the brawl is on. So yeah, good way to close out SmackDown. Round the mid-card area, I'll say. So your thoughts on Reigns, Rollins, and Punk, and then your rating.
I mean, yeah, the promo was pretty good from what I've seen. If there's one thing about CM Punk, he's going to cut a good promo. That's what he's good at. If there's anything I give that man a pass on, he's good at cutting a promo. And yeah, I feel you on the rating. The rating was pretty mid-card. It wasn't too high, it wasn't too low. It was just right in the middle.
Do you think this is a main event, or are you still going with Jay?
I'm still going with Jay and Gunther. This could be a semi-main, sure. I think this is a good semi-main, but for what Triple H said, everybody's competing for these main event spots. If the bill for Jay and Gunther is a whimper, then we're going to go with this match, even though this match has only had one thing to help build it. I mean, technically, since the match finally got signed, there's been pieces around it being built up for it, and it was just speculation from the fan standpoint, but there was nothing ever like etched in stone yet. So now that it's finally etched in stone, it has an opportunity. I would say the chances of it being the main event is definitely, I'm going to give it lower than 50%. I'm going to give it 40% just because, it now finally gets its build. But there is a possibility that it will main event.
And Punk said again about the favors. Well, I think that favor is he wants the main event. He's going to somehow get this as a main. Because what else can it be? Another YouTube channel I watched said Punk could pull a Hogan at Mania 9. So you could have Cena win, in comes Punk, GTS, and beats Cena there. So Cena's so he's got the title off Cody. He's won the 17th title, but loses it straight away. So then Punk still gets the main event. But how do Punk Cena at SummerSlam? So I think the favour is this match is the main event. Just to give Punk that main event spot. If he's not getting it next, I don't think he gets it next year if he's still. Well, Punk will still be there, but he's injury prone, so.
Well, that's it. That's even if he decides. Because I feel like, in a way, this run that he's currently on isn't going to last forever. I feel like this run right here might be his last one with WWE. In that it's like, at some point in time, I think at a very near future, he's going to be like, all right, it's time for me to hang these boots up. I finally accomplished my goal in WWE.
So that chance of a main event of Mania gets smaller and smaller as the time goes on. So I think, yeah, this is it. But we'll wait and see. One quick break, and then just two pieces of news to talk about. But we'll play this. Actually, no, I'll play the thank you video again, and I'll play ad video. So we play this first. So that is right. The 60th episode. So a big thank you to each and every one of you. Make sure to like and subscribe. And here is more info where you can find me. So let me play this one. So do like and subscribe, and whilst I'm promoting, I'll play Marcus's video again. So here is that. So that is right. Before we go into our final segment, so again, here is his channel. Always in the description, always. So in the description, always, and it's right there on your screen. You just saw the video, so no excuse not to go after we've finished here shortly. Head over, like, subscribe, all of that. Good. Certainly go and check out his intro video. Let him know what you think. Let me know what you think of it. But final segment here, and it's all about the news. So news and headlines, two pieces of news. So first off, Vince Mcmahon has apparently bringing in a brand new wrestling company called Titan Wrestling Federation or something. I think it's called TWF, or it's called Titan something. The biggest piece of news here is who's helping him, and that's Stephanie. So that's massive news. So Triple H must be doing a fantastic job. He's saying to Stephanie, if you want to help your father off, you go. I can see this being very, very indie. I can't see this being the next WWE at all. I think it'll be like have an indie feel, and that'll be it. It'll be bigger than AEW because it's Vince McMahon. But I feel it's just going to be that. I might be wrong. He might be the next WWE, but probably not. So yeah, your thoughts on it, Marcus?
This is how you know Vince McMahon loves the business, right? Because you would think someone that's been in the business for such a long time, he could finally sit back and be like, I did all the things I could do, right? He ain't going down like that. Not Vince McMahon. Hell no. No chance. No chance in hell, right? So I feel this ain't going to go nowhere far. I don't think it's going to be a good promotion. It's not going to go head to head with WWE. WWE is just too big. It's interesting that he shows that how much he loves the business by creating another company.
It's more money, but yes, he loves the business, but he loves what the business brings, and that's lots of money. but I'm sure he's still a billionaire, so whatever. And I believe that you got a piece of news concerning two former WWE superstars and AEW. Well, yeah, they were in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, Lana and Rusev have renewed their vows. That's what people do when, they love each other. So I think that's pretty cool that they got their vows renewed. Big shout out to them for getting their vows renewed. I don't know what else to say really much other than good for them for getting their vows renewed.
Yeah, I'm shocked they split up in the first place, but yeah, again, you really not much to add here, but good for them. I would imagine obviously where Rusev goes, Lana goes, so could they come back to WWE? Maybe Triple H bring back everybody else, so why not? Let's bring those back. And I'm sure Lana was dating Damian Priest. Obviously, that's not happening anymore. That was a rumor. I don't know if they actually were or not. I don't know their personal life, but that was a rumor. So yeah, good for them. Good for Rusev and Lana. But yeah, do you think they come back to WWE?
I mean, I feel like there's a market there for Rusev, but then the question is, whose spot is he taking? That's the only question I have. Whose spot is he taking? Because, and how does Rusev fit into the landscape of WWE?
How I would bring him in is Aiden, because of this TNA, WWE, or NXT, WWE partnership, is Aiden English turns up on a random episode on the spot, and they call him in English, and then his real name, Aiden English. Spotlight goes on, and he says, Rusev Day, and there we go, he's there. So I'll bring him back on NXT rather than main roster.
Okay.
And I think that's the way to do it. You have Aiden English say, "Oh, it's Rusev Day," and here he comes. So
Rusev Day.
And then I think they say you could pair Aiden English and Rusev again, but obviously Aiden is commentator in TNA. So, and I think he's a good commentator. Him and what was he called in WWE? Tom something. What was he called? He got fired for.
I know who you're talking about, though.
Was it Tom Phillips in WWE? I think he's his real name in.
Yeah, I think his name is Tom Phillips. Yeah. I
think they make a good commentary team, so I wouldn't take Aiden English off it, but that's just me. Do you think they make a good commentary couple?
I honestly think they're pretty good together. They do a pretty good job. I like the job that they do for a teenage product.
Certainly, Tom Phillips, he really breaks down the match, and obviously that's his job. He's play-by-play, and Aiden's there just to fill in the blanks. But you could have Santino on. Santino butchers everybody's name on commentary. That would be funny. Then he's the face, isn't he? So someone's going to be heel, and unless Tom goes heel, but probably not. But it'd be funny though. Here come the hard boys, and here come. I can't remember what other names he butchers, but it is funny. Anyway, yes, but do like and subscribe. I will be here next. It will be next Saturday at the time of not 3:16, but at the same time, same place, same time. So tune in then, and it is over to you, Marcus.
All right, bye. Listen. Remember to like, share, subscribe, not just my channel, but this channel right here. Make sure that you get your podcast each and every weekend. We will be here giving you the news, our thoughts and feelings about what's going on with WWE, AEW, and any promotion in between if we feel like covering it. And always remember, ching ching, bling bling. It's always Ted over here, your jabrones.
That is right. And of course, I go over the TNA pay-per-views, but yeah, I'll be going over what an action-packed, full-packed month next month. Dynasty, WrestleMania week, Rebellion. I'm gonna need to lie down after the end of April. Anyway, yes, like, subscribe, all of that. We'll see you guys next week. And you never know who could turn up. You never know who my guest will be. Of course, it'll be Marcus every single week. But who else turns up? You'll have to tune in. Yes, do like and subscribe. Big thank you for 60 episodes. And always remember, if wrestling is the game, excellence is the name, and excellence is Ricky Goldman.